Okay, I think I am live. Good morning. If I am, I am using StreamYard. I haven't done that before. I'm trying to go live on Facebook and Instagram. So hopefully, excuse me, hopefully it's working. If you can see me, please say hello and let me know that you can see me. And good morning. Welcome. It is Monday and I love Mondays now that I am an entrepreneur because it's 10 o'clock. This is my second call of the day. I have two more this afternoon, and I'm home. And I have five teenagers in the house, and it's just a nice way to be. And not only that, but I get to come on here, I get to show up, and I get to share inspired divine downloads with you guys. So I just really don't know what could be better. So, good morning. If you are new to me or have never seen my face before, my name is Linda Krause Barnett, and I'm in a rebrand phase. And I am in a rebrand phase because I am connected in a way that I've never been connected before to my higher self, to my kind of channel, my light. And what happens when I connect in this deep way with my light is that things start to pour in. And they pour in to use me as a vehicle to share messages that are bigger than me, messages that are going to help you, messages that are going to help us elevate, rise. There is this female energetics and consciousness out in the world right now that is super, super, super powerful. And I don't know. I'm seeing something weird on Instagram, but um, and I hope that my prayer and my intention for today is that the words that I speak, the messages that I share, touch your heart, touch your soul, and take you into that quantum realm where anything is possible. And that is the download that I got to kind of rebrand to Quantum Femme. And we're going to have three divisions, which I'll talk about later. For now, I want to get to the message. The message of today is alignment and identity. How do those interact? What are the ways in which I think they belong together and don't? I don't know about you, but I have spent the majority of my adulthood specifically being in what I called an identity crisis. How many of you have used that terminology before? Like, I don't know who I am. I'm having an identity crisis. Because prior to kind of downloading this information, I had probably experienced an identity crisis three or four times in my life. It seems like every decade I'm confronted with that feeling of, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm here to do. I can't connect to the deeper parts of myself. And we have been very intentionally taught to use words like identity crisis. And why? Why would we have such a collective agreement on using those specific words in order to articulate a feeling of disconnect? And it's because it's completely disempowering. It takes your light and it sucks it right out. It takes your power and it leaves. It leaves you in this state of needing external validation, of needing external solutions. And so now you become the seeker. Now you become this person that is constantly looking for someone to save you or constantly looking for someone to give you the answer. Like, just tell me what I need to do. Just tell me how to connect. Tell me what the name of the program is, how to run it, should I leave my job? Should I not? Should I stay in my marriage? What should I do? And the truth is that you are very much a soul inside of a human body. And at the foundational level of being human, your identity is with you no matter what. Even when you say, I don't know who I am, that is only a feeling that you have because you are out of alignment and you are not connected to the deeper parts of your soul. You, at that point, need to do a deep dive within. So what happens when we use the words identity crisis is that we look outside of ourselves. We go searching because we feel broken. We feel like we can't get it right. Nothing we do is right. We can't find the solutions. And so we're watching everybody win. And we're saying, why can't I? Where's my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? And so we disempower, and what happens is we do the opposite of what really will help us. And we start looking for the external world to solve our problems. When the truth is, you're not in an identity crisis because you can never, ever, 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 ever not know who you are. I don't think we're built like that. I don't think God would have us not know who we are. It's the one thing we can guarantee. It's the one thing we come here to be is ourselves. So no, we can't not know who we are, but what we can experience is a feeling of disconnect. What we can experience is a feeling of misalignment. That's possible. And so when that happens, the greatest gift we can give ourselves, the answer for us is to go within. It's to actually eliminate the noise on the outside and validate the feelings on the inside and say, okay, time to close my eyes, connect to God, the universe, Mother Nature, whatever you call the greater intelligence of your world, and say, I'm feeling really lost within myself. I'm feeling disconnected to the powerful sovereign me that gets these downloads that are going to change my life and the life of those I serve. Can you help me? Can you bring in signs from the universe? Can you bring in a message in my heart? Can you infuse me with the remembrance of who I am, who I came here to be, who I've always been, because your soul is eternal. And so when you remind yourself, when it feels like you're lost as a human, as you, the real words to use, and words are powerful. Words make your manifestations real. They bring your reality into the field of magic and possibility, right? Your magic wand are your words. So you have to be really intentional with them. And you say, I feel out of alignment. I feel misaligned with my highest self and my greatest purpose. Can you help me realign? Can you help me come back to center? Can you help me fortify the strength to feel like myself again? Can you help me remember who I am so that I feel like myself again? And that is a stance of power. That is looking for the answers from you, God, Mother Nature, the universe, the divine. And that is playing in the quantum realm. Yesterday, I was on my walk and I decided to I've been playing with the quantum because that is where I'm being called. That is where God is placing the message in my heart. And for once, I am going to do everything in my power, scared, doubtful. It doesn't matter what I feel. I know that if it comes to me through that channel of light, that it's for a bigger purpose, that it is my purpose. And I'm going to have blind faith and full trust because that's how I feel about God, the universe, and Mother Nature. I have blind faith and full trust. But it's a new kind of fortified trust because up until now, the way I've handled that is when I get a download, I'm like, okay, this is what God wants me to say. This is what God wants me to do. So let me do all the human things required in order to share that message. I have to build a sales page and a landing page and a graphic and a this and a that. And I have to do it all right so that the people will listen to the message and take me more seriously when all the human components are done. And yeah, there's a time and a place for all of that, but we are missing this quantum field, this quantum realm, this magic that is so above and beyond what we can experience if we just play the human game. And we're missing this full-fledged, full-bodied faith in this is what I'm supposed to say. I know I'm scared to say it. I know I'm not completely prepared yet, but I'm going to work on it. However, I'm not going to wait to share the message, to share the energy, to share the God vibe, because that is what will bring people in for the logistics to even matter. The logistics won't matter if no one feels the energetics of your message. And so when I was walking and downloading on my walk yesterday, I decided to take myself into this field and like really start to understand what it is. Everybody talks about it, or a lot of people do. I wish everybody talked about it, but not everybody does. A lot of people do. If you follow Joe Dispenza, if you follow so many people, they also talk about, Melanie Ann Layer, one of my mentors, she talks about the God zone. And it's amazing because you can feel that you're no longer playing in matter, you're playing in magic, and that's a different frequency. And so what happened is I felt myself kind of go high above, and I felt myself go between the earth and the God zone. And what I saw, I'm going to share with you. And if you think I'm crazy and this doesn't resonate, you're probably in the wrong place. And if it does, then you're probably so excited because you're going to start vision casting yourself into the quantum. And I'm telling you, this is a game changer. And so vision casting is literally like casting the net into the quantum field, connecting with it in any way that you feel you can get into that frequency, and then connecting to what are the messages, what is it that is in my light ray that I'm here to do in order to make the collective a better place to be. And so if you don't know me very well, what you're missing here is that one of the big dreams of my life is that I've always wanted to DJ. I've always wanted to be a DJ. And so what's incredible about this little ascension travel adventure that I took into the quantum yesterday on my walk was that I was in this almost control center, right? And so there was a screen that went 360 all the way around me. The top was open, and I can feel this golden white light of God infusing and coming in from the top. And then all around me was this control center, and it felt as if I was the DJ of my life. Some people say you're the main star, you're the director. But I, in that moment, was like the DJ in my sound booth, and I could see me below and I can feel God above. And I realized that I had all these controls. Oh, hi, my beautiful friend. Patricia is on. She's my very best friend, and I love her, and I'm so grateful that she's here. And so I was in this DJ booth, and I was controlling, and that's not even the right word because it didn't feel like control. It felt like co-creation, and that's a better terminology. There was this co-creation of like having access to all things God, but yet being able to show up in my human way with my divine identity. Okay. And that is alignment. And it goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning. We have used the terminology identity crisis. We have been encouraged to use the term identity crisis because we believe that we can actually not know who we are. We believe that we can be broken. We believe that we can shut down the internal and search for everything we need in the external. And when I have identified myself in being in an identity crisis many, many times in my life, I was like, well, what do I do? I mean, what do you do when you don't know who you are? How does anything else make sense? It's like the lens is broken. And the more I felt into this, the more I realized, no, I always knew who I am, but I was out of alignment with the Linda that is the authentic, genuine me. And why was I out of alignment with her? Well, because I was trying to be the person I thought everybody wanted. I was trying to do it the way everybody else was doing it. And if there's one thing I've learned in my life, and I guarantee if you're watching me or attracted to me or magnetized to me, you probably feel the same way. It's that nothing in your life has ever been the way everybody else is. You've never spoken, done, acted, said, reacted the way anybody else has. And we've shamed ourselves for being so uniquely different. And yet it's our greatest gift. It's our greatest gift from God. And how could we give that gift away for mundane or for mediocrity or for trying to match everybody else, when that's not why we're here and that's not who we're meant to be? And so feeling like you don't know who you are, feeling like you're in a crisis of identity, simply means I'm out of alignment with who I'm here to be, with my real heart, with my real soul. And that is a game of going internal. And that is saying to myself, it's time to go inside. It's time to actually hush the noise on the outside and ask myself, what ask God, like, give me signs. Yesterday in my DJ booth, I was like, okay, I want to see a red bird and a bluebird. I want the DJ in the booth, this higher Linda, this higher version of me that's so badass up in her little DJ booth. And the whole time she's bringing me in, she's kissing me, she's talking to my younger self, and she's like, this is who we are. This is what we're amazing. All our gifts are amazing, and everything we share is for the purpose of loving and helping and bringing people up to their own DJ booths or movie studios, or wherever that place is that you live in the quantum. And she just was like, yeah, you've lived some really hard shit, but it made you edgy. Yeah, you've experienced some real trauma, but it made you it made you an empath. It helped build that empathic imprint that has been on your soul since forever. Yeah, I've suffered heartbreak, but it made me go deeper with love. And I am a lover. That is what I do on this planet. I love. And all the heartbreaks only made me a more fierce lover, which amplified the identity that is me. And without those challenges, I would not have amplified my true identity. So every time you feel stuck and every time you feel challenged, what's actually happening is your identity is being forged and fortified. You are actually in this realm of building you to the highest degree possible. And without those, you don't rise, you don't up level, you don't get to live in the quantum field. And I have always had trouble being grounded. Trish and I talk about this all the time whenever I go through meditations, and they say, okay, take your sacral, take your root, and go down into the center of the earth, wrap it around a tree, and anchor yourself to Mother Earth. That doesn't resonate with me. It never has. I don't know if it ever will. Maybe it will, but what always has resonated with me is the opposite direction. Go up into your pillar of light, ascend into your light web, connect to a node, a light node above you. I've always been really, really good at visualizing that. It's always felt free and opening. And I'm tired of trying to feel like what's broken about me because I can't center down when I can only center up. There's nothing broken about me. That's my identity. And part of the reason we feel so much identity crisis is because everybody's saying this, we're feeling that, and we're like, oh, I don't know myself. Because if I really knew myself, I'd be able to do what they're telling me to do. No. If you feel that pull then that's your identity. And if it's different than everybody else, then congratulations. You know you were meant for more. You know you're meant to be here to do something really big, to change the planet, to change the frequency, to shed your light. And there's no way that you can accomplish that just being a cookie cutter mold of everybody else. You're uniquely made because your unique frequency is required in this world in order to change everything. So don't deny it for yourself, and certainly don't deny it for the people that need you to get to their next level. And so, with the introduction of Quantum Femme, my new brand, and with the introduction of this energy, I played big. I went brave and courageous, and I have people in my life who encourage that. So my daughter, my best friend, they pull out of me because they know me so well the light, and they don't let fear overcome me, because there are days where I feel like scared, and part of that is not rooting in my identity, but that's no longer. And so I come to you with these beautiful offerings. And so in Quantum Femme, we're going to have the realm, we're going to have the field, and thank you. Thank you. Hi, welcome, Lee. I'm so glad you're here. And I'm going to start dropping those offers of how to get into the field and how to get into the realm, how to work with me one on one, how to work with me as a group. And no, I don't have my feet on the ground. I live up in the ethers. And yeah, I have my higher self is in a DJ booth somewhere in the quantum field playing amazing music. And I will download her playlist so that you could see what my quantum playlist is. And you could tell me your playlist, and we're going to play up in this beautiful place where magic is possible and possibility exists, because that's the reality. When you're watching all these women kill it online and you're like, oh my gosh, they're making 10, 20, 50, $100 million months, and you have an online business, and you're asking yourself, like, what's even happening? How are they doing it? And so many of these women are my mentors. And I'm telling you how they're doing it is they're not allowing themselves to play small. They're not playing this game of Stepford Wives, we all look and act the same because women have to be good girls and play nice. They're playing in the field of what's possible for me. How do I show up exactly as I am? Remembering that there are people exactly like me who are listening for my frequency. They're out there like, nah, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. And they're searching for this particular voice to come through the noise. And it's yours. And you're depriving them of change, growth, transformation by not amplifying that frequency through all of the planet. And so today's the day. Today's the day you show up live and say, you know what? Maybe people will understand, maybe they won't, maybe I have a clear message, maybe I don't, but God put this in my heart, God put it in my mind, in my cells, and we're going to play. I challenge you today to go play in the quantum field and say, like, what is my higher self doing right now? Don't just picture your higher self as this like goddess in the sky who's like, it's not separate from you. It's you at your very best. It's you having everything you want. It's you like as big as you can dream and then more. And when you think you've dreamed your biggest, go higher. And when you think you've figured it all out, go deeper. And so right now, and I'm sure that will evolve and expand, but right now my highest self is having like a fun is not even the right word. She's having this unbelievable fucking bull party in her DJ booth, floating somewhere in the quantum field. She's playing music that is elevating the human she cares for down here, the one that's trying to catch up. And we are having the time of our lives and make moments, make memories. If you put something out that's in your heart and you're all stressed and ick about it, then is it really like, this message came through with so much excitement and so much juice and so much desire and fuel that I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it imperfectly. I'm going to share it scared. I'm going to share it if no one shows up. And I'm going to share it if all of you beautiful women that are meant to be in my field show up. And I'm going to keep showing up and saying it because I believe that in that quantum field, I don't know who invented the word quantum, but I love it. And I want you to really identify with what it means, because sometimes we get lost in the quantum being like some scientific physics word, and you don't relate to it, but it's so much more than that. It's this place where you connect almost like the little girl inside of you and say, anything is possible for me. These glass ceilings, these limits, these boundaries, these I can only if, I will only if, I'm only able to, I need permission from, all of that disappears in this field. You give yourself permission, you're guided by God, the path is cleared for you, you share your frequency, and it attracts and aligns to all that it's meant to for you and the collective, because God gives the green light to those. And the reason God gives green lights to the messages he places in your heart, the reason God gives green lights to the messages that he places in your heart is because he knows, he has the big picture, and he knows that your green lights are going to activate other people's green lights. And together there's the ascension, there's this rise, there's the whatever you want to call it, there's the lane with no traffic, right? And especially for women, especially for our daughters, this is what's possible. And the more green lights we create in the feminine energetics, the more this planet will live in the higher frequency, the more we'll be like, holy crap, is this even my life? And the more we'll look around to each other, and instead of being jealous or instead of holding each other down, we'll actually say like, wow, you're killing it and you're killing it and you're killing it. And let's go for more. Let's raise that feminine magic. If everybody is playing in the quantum where things become possible, and then I say, oh my gosh, Lee did something incredible, magical. I want to do something incredible, magical. And then I follow in her footsteps. You have to go first. Someone has to go first. And I am going first. Maybe you're right there along with me. Maybe you're sitting at home, you're feeling stuck in your identity, and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Like, what is this woman even talking about? Or maybe you think I'm full of shit, in which case you have every right. And in fact, I encourage you to like go to other places and travel to people who feel aligned to you. Because again, if you don't understand anything I'm saying or like anything I'm saying, it's not that my message is wrong. It's that we are out of alignment with each other. And that's cool. I love you. But if you feel this in your gut, if you feel like you want to take action, if you feel like this could transform you to standing more in alignment with yourself, then God is doing his job through me. So I'm not like everybody else, and I'm going to own that right here on this live. I'm going to tell you that it's possible to interact with me, and I'm going to tell you that it's possible to be in my world, which is a very special place to be. And so, yes, I'm going to drop offers. I'm going to tell you how to be in the realm of Quantum Femme. I'm going to tell you how to join the field of Quantum Femme. I'm going to tell you how to buy my books, and I'll drop landing sales pages and graphics and all the things. But really the way I feel is when I just put a link, it's like self-service at the supermarket. It's basically like, okay, you got what you wanted, now go check out so that you don't have to bother me, and then you be on your way. And I hate that. I know it's meant to be a service of convenience, but it feels really impersonal. I'm not a person who chooses those lanes. I prefer to have a human help me say, hey, we do it together. It just feels much easier for me. And so DM me, message me, reach out to me and say, tell me more about what you're working on. And that to me is like a real lane with a real person saying, helping you to check out, like admiring all the purchases that you've made and saying, wow, thank you. Oh, this is going to change this in you. And this is going to change that in you. Because just giving you a link is, again, just like probably easier in some world, but it also feels really impersonal and self-checkout-ish, and I don't like it. So message me if you feel like you want in. If not, I will get all the things posted. And it'll probably still be DM me for the link. So that way I can meet you, love you, kiss you, and bring you into this dance party that I'm having in the quantum realm. I love you so much. Thank you for listening for a little or a long time. Thank you for allowing me to have a place to amplify my voice, and for connecting, because ultimately that's all we're all trying to do, is connect and live this abundant, magical life while we're here and while we're lucky enough to have it. So I love you. Have the best Monday ever, and I will see you on the internet.